they think they can occupy the truth. What is doing this to them? So you're a product of Harvard. You studied psychology, computer science, then you figured out how to transfer our personalities into data, and then how to use our data to make algorithms to predict our behaviors and separate us into classes. I mean, so that's made you the 5th wealthiest person on the planet. But tell me how Facebook and Google and Twitter have actually helped the planet.
Well, I can't speak for other social media sites, but before Facebook, the voices of ordinary people really just, they couldn't be heard. There was no gathering place for anyone to hear their comments on things
Yes,
like...
the comments. That's what I want to talk about. Because over 1 billion people log on to Facebook every day, but your comment dictates whether a Facebook user's free thought is allowed to be heard by others.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean. I may only make a couple of comments a day, if any.
All right. For example, someone wants to express their free thought by making a comment on Facebook, but every single one is restricted to your comment, which means your opinion will be the gatekeeper of what constitutes hate speech or fake news. So Facebook allows free speech as long as you personally approve of what is being said in a post, or it will not be heard. So you're claiming ownership of others' conversation, right?
Well, they can say anything, but things that are untrue, we can, by fact-checking, we can help to filter...
What? Truth from lies? I mean, are you saying that you feel that a Facebook user's free speech should not be allowed to include lies? Or maybe that readers shouldn't be allowed to choose for themselves what is truth or a lie?
We have a whole team that can fact check without any bias towards...
Wait. Right now, I'm actually fact-checking your fact-checking system, which in itself is a bias against information, regardless if it's true or false. You don't want people deciding for themselves. You want to choose their information stream for them, all based on how you feel about information, not whether it's factual or not.
Our mission is to make social media a more positive environment by removing things like hate speech and other...
But if you feel they're using hate speech, you remove it because you hate their speech. It's still hate, isn't it?
Well, it is different because we...
I can talk as I wish to you and you to me, right? I mean, who says we have to approve of what each other is saying? I don't own you, and you don't own me.
Yeah, but
I just got to know here, Marky. Where did you obtain this divine privilege to decide what others should be allowed to say or hear? I mean, you and GoogleTube and Twitter are not being very considerate of others by removing their power of choice, are you?
People can post whatever they want, but it is our responsibility to take it down if it's...
If it's what? Terrorist recruiting? All right, but that puts you as the only one who gets to classify what speech may be a threat, all based on your feelings. I mean, if you are not being personally threatened, why are you interfering?
Well, certain content can be considered threatening.
For example, terrorists have come into our country and have murdered us. Now, President Trump wants a travel ban, but someone makes a comment that he is the problem, that somehow mutilation takes a backseat to inconveniencing a foreigner's travel plans. So comments like that are permitted because you don't have an algorithm that blocks people with mental disorders. And if you did block them, you'll show bias against their right to express themselves. So wouldn't you be discriminating against ill people then?
But comments that are very hateful.
But people are allowed to hate something, right? So why can't they hear what someone wants to say and decide for themselves? Where's your certificate certifying that Marky Zuckerberg's feelings shall be in charge of what others should be allowed to say?
Maybe you don't fully understand what social media is all about. It's about
Having absolute control of how information is delivered to people and what information they should be allowed to deliver and what information they should be allowed to hear. What's the matter? Look, just relax, okay? Loosen up. Don't be so stiff.
We played a big role in finding out that the Russians were influencing the election.
So your censorship influenced the election then too, didn't it? Because you altered the stream of information. You know, when German citizens heard Joseph Goebbels speak, I mean, they clearly knew the source of the propaganda, but your method is much more sophisticated. I mean, you mute the millions of Racebook users who reveal the deep state takeover, and that leaves millions who hold only your view. It is truly ingenious on your part. I mean, you make globalism seem like it's the will of the masses by removing voices of liberty. Brilliant.
Well, we're not removing other voices. They can say whatever they want.
But since you and your globalist buddies are stalking people with views other than your own, that leaves only your view, doesn't it?
We want to bring people together that want to do the same thing.
I guess that includes infidelity, because you certainly fueled the divorce industry to record highs. 1 in 5 say Facebook had something to do with their separation. Also, you really need to be credited for the record sales of depression and anxiety meds because they're directly linked to social media use. But this is all under the guise of bringing us together, right?
But we don't want bad things coming together. We want to strengthen common ideas that
ISIS and MS-13 have common ideas. So are you trying to bring them together?
No.
How about bringing together pro-heterosexual or pro-life people?
Well, since women do have the right to decide.
But it's you who decides who can come together, isn't it? Did you ever hear that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction? How can you bring something together without first pulling something apart? Like bringing abortionists together without pulling apart a baby.
But by grouping people together, we can strengthen their...
You strengthen division. Look, I know genius camps like Harvard have no understanding of simple concepts like segregation, but you physically cannot group something without first dividing it. You don't get this? Make little tribes and cults or gangs that rally around a single closed-minded ideology like globalism instead of freedom?
If we all have something in common globally, we can come together around it. And
then why would you rather pull us apart and divide us into groups? Why was our diversity and freedom such a problem to you guys? Because you couldn't control it? global unity under our creator was a problem for you guys? So Marky and Googly and Twitty have to control it?
This interview it's not what we were supposed to be talking about on your show.
So you want to control my show too, huh? Sit down. Doors are locked from the outside. You can't hack your way out of here.
You're attacking social media.
No, I'm exposing you, Marky, the so-called king of social media, who ain't doing too good in this social situation, are you? You can't just keystroke some emoticon at me or press a block this user button, pal. You gotta talk now. It's called real freaking life, and your computers ain't gonna own it.
We've created a global platform of
narcissism, ego, addiction. Kudos, Zook. Hitler didn't play into people's weaknesses near as well as you. Use their ego. Have them make pseudo-self fantasy profiles. I mean, look how great my vacation was. Look at my breasts. Hookups, cheats. Addict your users to what others have to say about them. Brilliant. Make competition where there was none. What a great way to bring us together.
Well, that's not true. We don't do any of that.
You're actually right there, Zook. Actually, they do it. But you guys are the experts at how to get them to do it. The hard truth is they're not really using Facebook. You're using them.
I would like to say that if you or anyone does not want to be on Facebook, you don't have to.
There you go. There you go. There's that pre-programmed Hollywood response. Change the channel if you don't like it. If your subscribers got something to say that you don't like, do you change the channel? No. You friggin' remove them.
Everything you're saying is not right.
Sorry, pal, but your feelings don't decide what is accurate, and you don't own what's right and wrong. I know you billionaires sure think you do. All right, where's your certificate? Let's go. We want to see it right now. Come on. You thought you'd dominate the conversation, didn't you? Your dumbass computer analysis advised you to wear a bicep straddling t-shirt, sit up at the edge of the chair, and give me the reptilian stare. Is it working? You may own the data, but you don't own the power supply, boy. I asked you for your certificate of ownership. Where is it? Maybe you left it at the Soros residence, huh? Maybe under your shine box? The ETs may control you and the cabal. But if you think you control us, hardy har har har. You thought you'd get away with what you're doing, didn't you? You think we're that stupid, that our eyes are wide shut, that mind control would actually work. I bet you never thought about who's controlling your mind, though, did you? Did ya?
Share your photos with friends and family with our mobile app. The cabal must survive.
And if you think you got the goods to run for president, you better start computing up some words here pretty quick, pal. Because little old me just exposed what you're doing.
The cabal must survive. The cabal must survive. The cabal must survive.
Right here on Facebook Live.
The cabal must survive.
How do you feel now?
Error. Error.
What's the problem, Red? Blue screen of death? You can't reboot? No help menu around? How about I search for one for you on Google?
Google.
Or maybe I should just send out a tweet about this.
Oh, Twitter.
The power of MAGA compels you. 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 The power of MAGA compels you.
No, you can keep your doctor. Get up deplorables. Get rid of bags and puffiness.